Meryl Streep, with 21 Oscar nominations and 3 wins, is widely regarded as the greatest living actress. But her greatest success? 3 daughters who have chosen to follow in her footsteps, each with her own unique style. Mamie Gummer, 41, made her stage debut at just 6 months old, cradled in her mother's arms during a performance. Today, she shines in series like The Good Wife, and Emily Owens' MD, Grace Gummer, 38, has won critical acclaim for Mr. Robot and The Newsroom. Unlike her mother, Grace gravitates toward darker, more complex roles. The youngest, Louisa Jacobson, 34, debuted in the series The Gilded Age. Meryl has always said, "I never pushed my daughters toward acting. If it was in their hearts, I supported them. If not, I would have loved any other path they chose." Demi Moore, a 90s icon, has faced tough times, addictions, divorces, scandals, yet her 3 daughters with Bruce Willis have always stood by her side. Rumor Willis, 37, won Dancing with the Stars and boasts a solid career in film and theater. She has publicly defended her mother during the darkest moments. Scout Willis, 33, is an indie musician and women's rights activist. In 2014, she made headlines by walking topless through New York City streets, protesting social media censorship. Tallulah Willis, 31, battled eating disorders and addictions, later becoming a powerful voice for mental health. Her bond with Demi grew stronger through their shared struggles. Goldie Hawn, Oscar winner and comedy icon, raised Kate with partner Kurt Russell, whom Kate regards as her true father. Kate Hudson, 46, earned an Oscar nomination for Almost Famous at just 21. Her infectious smile and comedic talent are pure Hawn DNA. The two are so inseparable, they're often mistaken for sisters. Kate has said, "My mother isn't just my best friend, she's my soulmate." Dakota Johnson, 35, represents the 3rd generation of a Hollywood dynasty. Her grandmother is Tippi Hedren, Hitchcock's muse, and her mother is Melanie Griffith, star of Working Girl. Dakota rose to fame with 50 Shades, but proved her true talent in auteur films like Suspiria and The Lost Daughter. In an interview, Dakota revealed, "Growing up with an actress grandmother and mother taught me this business is tough. It's not glamorous, it's sweat and tears." Andie MacDowell, star of 4 Weddings and a Funeral, has 2 actress daughters with very different personalities. Rainey Qualley, 35, is both an actress and singer under the stage name Rainsford. Her indie pop music has won millions of fans on Spotify. Margaret Qualley, 30, broke out with The Leftovers and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, earning an Emmy nomination. A classically trained ballerina, she brings that discipline to every role. Andie raised her daughters on a Montana farm, far from Hollywood, teaching them the value of hard work before fame. Uma Thurman, the legendary bride of Tarantino, has a daughter with Ethan Hawke, who inherited the best of both parents' talents. Maya Hawke, 27, burst onto the scene as Robin in Stranger Things. She's also a gifted musician, with 2 albums showcasing her poetic soul. Maya has shared that she struggled with dyslexia as a child, and her parents always encouraged her to find creative ways to express herself. Acting became her voice. Reese Witherspoon, Oscar winner and successful producer, has a daughter who is practically her genetic twin. Ava Philippe, 26, daughter of Reese and Ryan Philippe, shares her mother's classic beauty. The resemblance is so striking that paparazzi often confuse them. Ava chose not to immediately follow her parents into acting. She's studying at university and works as a model and influencer, building her own identity away from the shadow of famous parents. Lisa Bonet, unforgettable as Denise Huxtable on The Cosby Show, gave birth to one of the most versatile actresses of her generation. Zoe Kravitz, 36, daughter of Lisa, and rocker Lenny Kravitz conquered Hollywood with Big Little Lies, The Batman, and Mad Max, Fury Road. Zoe has said she grew up between two worlds, her mother's bohemian spirituality and her father's wild rock and roll. This duality shines through every role, ethereal yet intense, sweet yet dangerous. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Oscar winner for Chicago, has a daughter with Michael Douglas, who is beginning to make her mark. Karis Zeta-Douglas, 22, made her debut at the Paris Debutante Ball, wearing a Dolce & Gabbana gown that captivated the press. With her mother's breathtaking beauty and family talent, Karis represents the new generation of the Douglas Zeta-Jones dynasty. Salma Hayek, Mexican Hollywood star and wife of billionaire François-Henri Pinault, has a daughter growing up between two worlds, extreme luxury and her mother's Mexican values. Valentina Paloma Pinault, 18, speaks 4 languages fluently and has made rare but memorable public appearances with her mother. Salma has said, "I want Valentina to understand that wealth is a privilege, not a right. She must earn respect through her actions." Madonna, the queen of pop, has 6 children. Some of her daughters are beginning to carve their own paths in show business in their own ways. Lourdes Leon, 28, the eldest from her relationship with Carlos Leon, inherited her mother's grit. Known as Lola, she's a model, dancer, and designer who has walked for Versace. Lourdes has said, "My mother never gave me anything for free. If I wanted something, I had to work for it," even if she is Madonna Mercy James Ritchie, 18, adopted from Malawi, is growing up with a strong passion for music and dance. Madonna often takes her to Africa to keep her connected to her roots. Madonna has always encouraged her daughters to be independent, strong, and never live in the shadow of the world's most famous name. Vanessa Paradis, French singer and actress, has a daughter with Johnny Depp, who is conquering Hollywood with her unique style. Lily Rose Depp, 26, starred in The King, alongside Timothée Chalamet and the controversial series The Idol. Her ethereal beauty recalls her mother, but her rebellious charm comes from her father. Lily Rose is also a Chanel ambassador, continuing the family's tradition of French elegance. She has said, "I don't want to be known as someone's daughter. I want to be Lily Rose Kris Jenner, matriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, transformed her family into a billion-dollar media empire." Kendall Jenner, 29, chose a different path from her sisters. Instead of reality TV and business, she became one of the highest-paid supermodels in the world, walking for Chanel, Versace, and Givenchy. Kendall has admitted to struggling with anxiety and panic attacks despite her success. Kris has always supported her, proving that even the most ambitious mothers know when to put their daughter's health first. Susan Sarandon, Oscar winner and activist, raised Eva Amori with Italian director Franco Amori. Eva Amori, 40, has acted in Californication in various films, but is also a successful blogger and entrepreneur with her site Happily Eva After. Eva has shared that she grew up on film sets, where her mother always carried a thermos of coffee and a book. "She taught me you can be a star and a normal mom at the same time." Naomi Judd, a country music legend, passed away in 2022 at 76, leaving behind an extraordinary legacy. Winona Judd, 61, formed the duo The Judds with her mother, winning 5 Grammys. After Naomi's death, Winona continued singing, saying, "Every note I sing is for her." Ashley Judd, 57, chose acting over music, becoming a star with Double Jeopardy. She's also a women's rights activist and testified against Harvey Weinstein. The relationship between Naomi and her daughters was not always easy. Naomi struggled with depression for years, but her daughters remained by her side. Peggy Lipton, star of Mod Squad, passed away in 2019 at 72. Her daughter Rashida Jones, 48, daughter of Peggy, and producer Quincy Jones, became a TV star with Parks and Recreation and The Office. Rashida is also a writer and producer. She has created documentaries about her parents, celebrating their interracial love story in a time when it was not accepted. Diana Ross, Motown legend and soul music icon, has 5 children. 2 of her daughters followed her into show business. Rhonda Ross Kendrick, 53, is a jazz singer and actress. She only discovered as an adult that her biological father was Berry Gordy, Motown's founder, not Robert Ellis Silverstein. This revelation shook the family, but Rhonda forgave her mother. Tracy Ellis Ross, 52, became a star with Girlfriends and Blackish, winning a Golden Globe. Tracy shares her mother's magnetic stage presence and impeccable style. She said, "My mother taught me that being a diva doesn't mean being difficult. It means having high standards." Tippi Hedren, 95, legendary muse of Alfred Hitchcock in The Birds and Marnie, has a dark history with the director. Hitchcock was obsessed with her and tormented her on set. Her daughter, Melanie Griffith, 68, shone in Working Girl, earning an Oscar nomination. Melanie is also Dakota Johnson's mother, creating a 3-generation dynasty. Tippi has shared that Hitchcock tried to ruin Melanie's career when she was a child, but the 2 women always fought together against abuses of power in Hollywood. Courtney Love, frontwoman of Hole and grunge icon, has a daughter with Kurt Cobain, the legendary Nirvana leader. Frances Bean Cobain, 32, grew up under the tragic shadow of her father's suicide when she was just 2. She found her path as a visual artist and model. Frances had a complicated relationship with her mother, even being placed in her grandmother's care for a time. But in recent years, they reconciled. Frances said, "My mother made mistakes, but she also gave me life." And that counts one of Hollywood's most iconic and tragic mother-daughter pairs. Debbie Reynolds, star of Singin' in the Rain, and her daughter Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia of Star Wars, had a complex relationship. Carrie wrote brutally honest books about her mother, revealing tensions and misunderstandings. But when Carrie died suddenly on December 27, 2016, at 60, Debbie passed away the very next day. December 28th, at 84, doctors said she died of a broken heart. Their relationship was complicated but deeply loving. The film Bright Lights documents their final years together, showing that mother-daughter love can overcome any conflict. Leah Thompson, unforgettable as Lorraine in Back to the Future, has a daughter rapidly becoming one of Hollywood's most sought-after actresses. Zoe Deutsch, 29, starred in Set It Up, The Politician, and Not Okay. Zoe shares her mother's sparkling energy and natural comedic talent. Leah has said that when Zoe was a child, she always took her to set. "I wanted her to see that this job is hard, not just glamorous." And she understood that perfectly